Welcome everybody to the Vision Gaming Twitch channel, where tonight we have a very, very important game for you in the Ibex Gaming League. It's Vision Gaming versus the TheSwissMonsters, and you know what? We had to bring some NA flair with all the talk about CRL recently to the European stage. We've got my main man, Feisty Taquito. How you doing tonight, my friend?
What's going on, man? That is a intro that I don't think I am deserving of, but I get it anyways. It is what it is. It's great to be here. A new league that I am very unfamiliar with in a completely different country from my own. So obviously I got to change up my vernacular a little bit. I got to add a couple of words I'm not used to using. Got to call it football, can't call it soccer. Can't be fun with the cars on the pitch, even though they are playing the same game, which you would probably refer to as a little bit of footy. So I don't know, man, but it's exciting. I love the name. Ibexes are really cool if you guys like animals and creatures and stuff.
Yeah.
Like absolutely beautiful creatures, like beautiful animals that bound endlessly quick.
Absolutely. So, as we do have someone new to the league, we've got to give them a little bit of background about what's going on. And we caught up with some of the Vision Gaming players earlier to talk to them about this game week. Let's see what they said.
Do you have a pre-game ritual?
Tatsächlich ja. Wir gehen alle einmal vom Game noch scheißen. Weil es kam schon oft vor, dass man dann während der Series mal auf unbestimmte Zeit weg war. Und das wollen wir natürlich verhindern.
Das Allerwichtigste vorm Game ist erstmal stay hydrated, immer irgendwas zu trinken da haben. Und das Zweite, wenn ich im Freeplay bin vor dem Game, muss der letzte Shot ein guter Shot sein. Das heißt, wenn ich einen Kack-Shot mache, dann gehe ich aus dem Freeplay raus.
Your teams are close in the power rankings. What separates you from them?
Nach diesen ersten paar Game Days würde ich behaupten, wir sind besser, da wir SOS 3-0 weggesweept haben und Vision Gaming 3-2 verloren hat gegen SOS. Und dazu sage ich jetzt nichts mehr.
Also ich denke, dass unsere beiden Teams sehr close sind, auch vom Skill-Level her. Was uns aber unterscheidet, würde ich sagen, dass ich mit sellt schon sehr lange zusammen team, schon mehrere Jahre. Und auch, dass wir auch zusammen in Kombination mit Naish vorher auch schon Ligen gespielt haben und so auch bisher schon viel Erfahrung sammeln konnten.
Can you comment on R6 Fighters' mechanical prowess?
Ich weiß gar nicht, ob ich jetzt da irgendwas dazu sagen sollte. Ich habe dem Jungen circa 300 Training Packs geschickt schon. Ich weiß nicht, ob er die überhaupt installiert hat. Also, ja, nee. Der Mann lebt im Twos Ranked und macht nix. Also, ich weiß nicht. Der übt irgendwas, aber auf gar keinen Fall Max.
It took sellt 65 minutes to score his first goal in the Ibex Gaming League. That is 11 full games and a lot of overtime. It also took him 27 shots to score. What do you make of this?
Joa, ich würde sagen, manche brauchen länger, manche brauchen etwas weniger Zeit. Aber es wäre schon gut, wenn man so langsam reinkommt in ein Game. Man muss aber auch dazu sagen, sellt, guter Playmaker, aber über den Rest reden wir noch.
What's your prediction for the upcoming match?
Wenn ich jetzt alles andere als 3-0 sage, dann ist Fighter mad. Verstehst du? Und wenn Fighter mad ist, dann läuft's nicht. Also muss ich 3-0 sagen. Für uns, natürlich.
Also ich schließe mich da Naish an, wie er letzte Woche schon im Ibex-Interview gesagt hat. Mit unserem Roster sollten wir eigentlich jede Series gewinnen. Der Series Score dabei ist eigentlich ziemlich irrelevant und ich glaube, dazu gibt es auch nicht mehr zu sagen.
Final words for your opponent?
Drei.
Drei.
Thank you so much for MaKi and Gugi to take some time out of their day and talk to us about this upcoming matchup. And I mean, what a couple of interviews. That was so much fun. Taquito, I know we were talking in the green room about your particular favorite part of that of those interviews being the final words to the opponents. There's a little bit of heat here. There's a little bit of extra stuff on the line.
Hey, look, all I gotta say is Gugi over there from the TheSwissMonsters is feeling it. And obviously, right before we didn't get a chance to give you guys the roster, so we can switch over to that and let you guys see who these teams actually are. They are going to be the TheSwissMonsters taking on VisionGaming. And like I said, Gugi being on the TheSwissMonsters, while MaKi is over on VisionGaming. So Gugi had a couple of words to specifically say to Naish, and we saw that Gugi didn't exactly use any audible things. They were just, as the meme would say, smoking that Naish pack.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also worth mentioning, in the Ibex League, there are very few players that are outside of kind of the Swiss German bubble. Naish is one of those players. He's the only English player in the tournament, and he's getting heat from pretty much everyone else. But on this occasion, he's getting heat from Gugi, who's giving it to. And you know what? I respect it. I respect it. Maybe Naish will respond on the field. Who is to say? But of course, these are the two teams going against each other. Let's take a look at the league table, and we can see exactly what this game means in response to the season as a whole. Right at the top there, you can see the TheSwissMonsters are top of the table. Meanwhile, VisionGaming 2-1, a winning record so far on the season, but they are down in fourth. They are looking right across the line at those playoffs. So, Taquito, it's a big game tonight for both teams.
Oh, it's a huge game. And I mean, like, record would tell you that clearly VisionGaming is going to be the underdog here simply by one singular series. And, well, let's just kind of call it what it is. TSM clearly don't lose. Through 3 individual series, they have a +8 game differential. They have literally dropped a singular game, Rhino. One singular game. That is baffling to me.
Well, yeah, but that's, of course, until tonight when they lose 3. That's what we're here to see, all right?
Oh, man. Yeah, you are absolutely right. That is, you know what I'm saying? I like it. This is obviously the team stream that we need to be a part of, so shout out VisionGaming. And clearly, I think if I'm Naish, I'm taking it directly to Gugi off kickoff. Doesn't matter, Spanish first kick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's a phrase in football. Let them know you're there. Get into them early, okay? Absolutely. Just go immediately straight for it. And just before we come back to us, let's take a look at the power rankings from last week so we can see exactly where we believe each of these teams is sitting so far. And actually, VisionGaming in the power rankings, they gain they gain a spot and TSM lose a spot. So power rankings wise, it's second versus third, Taquito. It's looking a little bit closer than it is on the actual league play. But by the same token, don't get it twisted for a moment. The TheSwissMonsters, they have been proving that they are monsters across this entire season. They are unbeaten for a reason.
And it's tough to look at that. You know, it's tough to really kind of see that your opponent is as undefeated as they are, along with the CLD team. And I didn't get who that team stands, what that acronym stands for. I'm here for. I believe it's Cloud, right?
Cloud Esports Aether.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. So Cloud obviously also looking to be taken down by VisionGaming. Clearly, this one's going to be tough, though, in my opinion. I do think that when you meet a team that has an undefeated record, there's something that goes on in your head. You kind of sit there and think about it for a moment, like this is a mountain to be climbed. And clearly, with the interpersonal beef there, look, as fun as it can be, there's a statement trying to be made here by VisionGaming. I do really, really hope to see some nice, we'll call it friendly banter, if you will, but maybe some targeted plays here from VisionGaming.
Yeah, you would certainly expect to see that from both sides, I think, as well. Not just from the VisionGaming side, but you would imagine that TSM are going to be coming in as well. But you have to remember that the TheSwissMonsters, they're coming into the Ibex Gaming League actually coming through the qualifier. They weren't originally one of the invited teams here in the Ibex League. They fought through the qualifiers to get here, and they've gone unbeaten. It's the same story with Cloud Esports.
Yep.
that could be a product of people not really knowing how they're going to get on or how they're going to play. But in the end, they have proven that they belong here. They deserve to be here. And to be fair, an Ibex Gaming League without Cloud Esports would be very, very strange, because we've definitely seen that before with this particular league. And something else we're seeing right now is the players are getting into the lobby, Taquito. So the last thing I'm going to ask you before we get into it is, can you give me a prediction? Where do you think this game is going tonight?
I'm thinking for what we got so far, I would like to say, because we're here on the Vision Gaming channel, we're going to take it. Is it going to be a sweep? I don't know. It's hard to defeat an undefeated team, but I'm going to wish nothing but the best for VG. I think that we are going to absolutely kick this off with an explosive game one. Rhino, my question to you is, are you ready?
Oh, I feel ready. I feel ready. Are you ready at home? Because we're going to get into this. It is time to start the engines and take to the field. Vision Gaming need to find some form in this season, and a win today would seriously stabilize their standing. But in their way is the top of the table behemoth in the TheSwissMonsters. It's week 4. Vision Gaming versus the TheSwissMonsters. Here we go!
And as we get this beautiful fly-in view for you, ladies and gentlemen, it's an American voice alongside an absolutely wonderful Englishman. Game 1, Vision Gaming taking on the TheSwissMonsters, the team that clawed their way through the qualifier, made it here, and are undefeated, trying to make a statement, while Vision Gaming, clearly an invited team and wanted to be here. Rhino on one side, Taquito on the other. It's a beautiful evening here on the Vision Gaming stream.
It sure is, and Vision Gaming going to try and make it even more beautiful on the field, but MaKi with 0 boost isn't going to be able to catch up to that one. Backflip central as Fighter takes it through, looking for Juju, who's got some good stats this season. seltt makes a big save early on, and it's going to be the TheSwissMonsters to take over again. Googie going over the top, getting past one, but seltt once more, another save from the big defender for VG.
And this is absolutely beautiful here from Vision Gaming. They're putting on that defense as well as they possibly can. Lots of plays being breaking up, going towards that mid. A pass is deflected well by Fighter on that one. I'm surprised, though. Right now, we're seeing quite a bit of field domination. That's a great shot. Luckily, the crossbar is there to send it away. But there's lots of domination being put on here by Vision Gaming. They are controlling the pitch pretty well so far from what I can see.
Yeah, they certainly are. It's a bit close either side. I think the best opportunity so far has gone to the TheSwissMonsters, and seltt has just been there every single time. And of course, seltt going to try and bring it through as well. Juju goes up, looking to bring this over the top. MaKi just about gets a double. It's awkward. MaKi still sends it away. Googie looking for the pass to Fighter. It's not enough, and seltt can clear.
That was harrowing for Vision Gaming right there. That was incredibly scary. They are able to move it away. Naish, beautiful carry down there in the corner. Has nothing else to work with. Drops it down low. Oh, you like to see it from MaKi, but Googie there to save the day for the TheSwissMonsters. One off the back wall could see us something, but a great touch again. The defenses from these teams having to be ever present and ready. Naish off the ground, looking for another. Tries to win the 50 through, but still, all these opportunities on offense for Vision Gaming haven't found the mark, but they will not stop.
They are not going to stop. Googie trying to send this one away. Naish is ready for it. Juju can't get there first, and this is Vision Gaming exacting exactly what they want on this game right now. seltt making yet another save. That's his savior medal. Cleared away by Naish. Juju will collect. Gets past one, but seltt should be there to get a big 50. He's out of position now, though. Googie got a 2-on-1 opportunity, but he can't find the pass to Fighter. MaKi gonna be the person to send it away this time. Juju once again looking for the opportunity. Naish with 0 boost is gonna leave it for MaKi. It's awkward in the midfield for Vision Gaming. seltt comes through and takes charge. Maybe looking for the pass inside as well. Back post. Naish will be there. Naish will score. VG one to the good.
Amazing first goal here for Vision Gaming. This is very important. A big start against an undefeated team sets the tone for the rest of the series. And the fact that we got well over halftime already, 18 seconds past, again, it's now going to be up to the TheSwissMonsters to try to answer back. But with the defense that we've seen Vision Gaming put on so far, I don't know how easy that task is going to be. Naish trying to jump on this one. Oh, what a Beautiful last second stretch from MaKi. seltt from inside the net puts this one away. Leaves Naish up pitch with a chance. Has to beat a couple at the defense off the back wall. No one can jump, and that one's sent away, but the attack's still looking great for VG.
And I'll tell you something, Taquito, that play you wanted early, you wanted Naish to get involved. He has taken out Googie, his opposite number, as there was that demo coming through. Juju going to look for that finish. Naish will get the clearance away, even on 0 boost, and he manages to pick up his corner boost too, which is going to give him loads of opportunity to get back into this play set with a bit of a powerful pinch across the field. He's going to look for one of his teammates to pick it up, but Naish kind of stood stock still, waiting for Juju to make a play. Goes over the top. Googie collects. sellt is up early, and that is wonderful reading of the play from our defender.
Oh, and no boost there. sellt does try to attack it. I like the attempt. Naish is up. Fighter, go somewhere else. Stop flying at our teammate there. We need Naish to score some more. sellt off the back wall. Take it out the back line, but Googie is there to make the save. I thought it was Juju for a second. Wonderful 50. Puts the ball at the midfield stripe. MaKi, no boost, looks for the pinch. It's successful, but still no one there to transition into the attack, but the pressure still being felt by VG.
I'm seeing something already. Naish desperately wants to clip on Googie, and he might have done that right there. Googie, where are you going, son? Naish off the right-hand side, gets an extra touch as well, tricks Fighter into thinking it, and he gets the bump on Googie, sends him to Neverland. See you later, pal. 40 seconds left, VisionGaming 2 up.
And I'm not going to say there's not enough time for the TheSwissMonsters to answer back, but Naish off the kickoff tries to put in a third, and there it is. Awkward positioning on the defensive line from TheSwissMonsters, and oh boy, from 2 to 3, the lead increases, and it makes it ever more difficult to get it back.
Lovely work there from Naish off the kickoff. Exactly what the doctor ordered. VG needed a game number 1, which settled the nerves, which calmed them down, which made it so that this Swiss monster looks more like a Swiss kitty cat at the end of the day, and that's exactly what has happened. Juju still finds an answer. 30 seconds to find 2 goals. Not impossible, Taquito, but VisionGaming have already just hushed the demons a little bit in game number 1.
They absolutely have, and one thing that I'll always be reminiscent of in these waning seconds of a game, especially at a deficit, was a little team in South America that scored 4 goals in 13 seconds. One of the craziest transitions in a pace of play in Rocket League I've ever seen. Haven't seen it happen since, so I'm not saying it's highly probable. This one might find its way off the crossbar to Naish, but that one's going to be deflected. Fighter fighting for a chance to score. That's a great challenge on the opposition. 7 seconds left now. I do think it's all but done, regardless if they score game 1 over to VisionGaming.
And as we mentioned in the pregame, that is only the second individual game of Rocket League that the TheSwissMonsters have lost all season. Across now 4 series, they have taken 2 losses, one at the hands of VG. So, Taquito, we did talk a little bit as well about the fact that VG needed to get their season back on track. That 1 loss in a season with only 8 teams can be pretty crippling. But now they're looking at a potential win against an undefeated team. There's a long way to go before that happens, but it's a very, very good start.
Oh, it's an absolutely wonderful start. We're going to get dropped in here, obviously, to our second game as we get this prepped and ready to go. It is a beautiful, beautiful flyover view. Again, I cannot ever get over that. Things that we do with these transitions here in our production. Absolutely wonderful to look at. Game number 2, 5 minutes on the clock. TheSwissMonsters now have a task above or at their ready. They have to be able to beat VisionGaming now. They don't want to suffer anymore. But guys, you forgot. You were going up against the GOATs. You didn't realize who you had to face here in this now what week 4 match. Given the records, it is. This is gonna be tough, gentlemen. Obviously, you got cooked game 1, 3-0. Probably gonna do it game 2, make it 6-0.
Hey, let's hope for that to be the case. Fighter's going to take a shot. sellt was lurking on the backboard, able to send that one away. And this is one of the benefits of being in a league like the Ibex League, is that every single of these 8 teams could be any of the other 8 teams on any given day. We have exceptional teams throughout. Okay. Fighter, well, he might be changed to Flighter now, as that one is an own goal off his own backboard. I mean, you hate to see it if you're Fighter, but I absolutely love that one if you're of the VG persuasion. Beautiful work.
That is something you don't like to see. Whoo, what a save from Googie on the defensive line. But getting kicked off like that in game number 2, especially with a statement as such from seltt, I am now nervous to see what we're going to see from the SwissMonsters. You got to think to yourself, this is going to be tough. This is going to kind of hurt, you know? Maybe hurt the pride a little bit. You've already basically gotten skunked game 1. You got the consolation goal at the end, but now you've got to get some more. You got to win a game. This has got to kind of chip away at that mental they've had this entire beginning of this league.
Yeah, and speaking of the mental, a demo like that onto Googie is not going to do him any favors. He will make the save and bring it back away, but Naish wins the 50, trying to get the second play as well, but Juju going to be there just about quick enough, and our third man, seltt, will collect, gets past one, looking to get past Googie as well. Not going to happen on this occasion, but Naish is there off the backboard, ready to go 1-0 with just under 2 minutes played. We're looking for a second here. Googie sends it away. Oh, Fighter's got a demo on the back line. seltt doesn't have a lot of boost to work with. Googie loses possession of the ball pretty easily, though. A missed touch from him, not one you see very often. And it's an easy collection for VG. Maybe, just maybe, the SwissMonsters are getting in their own head a little bit.
They might be. Obviously, again, starting the game down 1 as early as you have is a tough task to follow up, but they've managed to leave it scoreless since then. And I think that's the most important part to kind of focus on here. They have been able to lock down on their own side. So with it being only a 1-goal differential, it's a little bit easier to come back from. Juju, big whiff right there against seltt. Now Googie, a chance. Can't get past MaKi. It's off the back wall. Big challenge there. It only sends it laterally into the corner. Maybe a chance. We can see, and there it is. A very beautiful play shot from Googie right underneath the crossbar. Finds them all knotted up here at 2:20, a little past the half. Rhino, they have answered the call. The phone has finally stopped ringing. Do we see VG? Try it again.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bit of a laser, wasn't it? Coming through from Googie at the angle, finds the power to get just beyond Nation. Maybe an opportunity to double their goal tally. Not going to happen just yet. MaKi sends it away. Got Naish moving forwards with a lot of boost, but he's going to let MaKi try and take the first contact. Googie sends it away. seltt will get up in time. Juju blocks that ball off in the midfield. No one's really back, but Fighter sends it well wide, and he's not going to be too happy with that either. Naish has an opportunity, fakes out Juju, now going to bring it through, looking for the pass to MaKi, who just goes by. And it's not quite going to happen for VG on this occasion. Fighter moving down the other end. seltt picks it up from under him. Juju trying again to take a shot. MaKi finds the pass to Naish, and VG clear their lines once more.
And they're doing well on the VG side to also keep out the opposition. I do like what Fighter was going for there. That would have been another laser sent at the net. Googie now putting one low. This is very, very harrowing. Lots of player. Oh no, not like that. Not like that. Whoa. Not like that. Oh, that's gotta hurt. That one's gotta sting. Fighter in the corner there trying to help out. Turns into a pinch play. Bottom oppo corner. Oh, buddy. Ooh. That one has to chip away even harder at that rock solid mental.
Yeah, it took him about 600 days and 300 attempts for him to find his first goal, sellt, in this league. But in the end, he found it, and now he can't stop scoring. Beautiful from his own half. Does get the pinch through, and that will work out for VG. And now moving back the other way, sellt does get taken out. How dare you score against us, says Googie. In the end, it is going to be picked up by Naish, able to get in front of the clearance from Fighter as well. Juju still collects, but with no boost, doesn't really have much else to do. Naish gets a demo. Is it going to be enough? MaKi has the ball stolen from him. Pushes it away to safety in the corner, and with 50 seconds left, only one goal the difference now. MaKi makes one miss. Tries to get the 50 against Googie. Can't do so. Juju gets it past sellt. Is Naish back in time? No, he isn't. And it's all tied up with 40 seconds left.
It is incredible how quickly we are seeing these games get knotted up yet again, and obviously wanting to get that one back as quick as possible is the SwissMonsters, and as much as I understand it, as much as I know you want to be in that position, you got to play a little bit more defense better, but I do think that it's nice plays that we're seeing all around in this second iteration of this series. Lots of different approaches, harrowing defense. Ball goes away. Naish fakes. MaKi shoots. Got to be saved by Fighter. It's still do or die for both of these teams in this moment. This game feels so much more electric than game number 1.
Yeah, it really does. Both teams now seem to have woken up, got their feet under them, and started to place some of the Rocket League that we know they can. Juju wants to bring this away. MaKi gets a bump away. seltt trying to make it difficult for Juju to clear, but can't do so. And you spoke about it. It was harrowing defending. That was the exact word you used, and I don't disagree. VG have been a little bit at odds and ends at the back, and it's because of how they want to play. MaKi and Naish are so attacking, so aggressive. seltt is that defined third man that when he goes forwards towards the middle of the field, you don't have Naish and MaKi filling in for him, really, because they don't, to be honest, it's not their playstyle. They don't necessarily want to. They want to do this. MaKi looking for a double, but Juju will send it away. seltt looking for the shot at the angle. He will be shown the door as well.
Now Fighter, player who hasn't scored this game so far, looking to probably put themselves on the scoreboard with something to take home this time. But they've been stopped rather quickly. I mean, since the beginning of the game, VisionGaming have almost looked at Fighter and said, hey man, you're not getting anything but that own goal you gave us. So we're going to have to focus up. We're going to have to play a little better. You're going to have to get past us on offense and defense. And I feel if Fighter actually scores a goal here or does get a nice play in offense, whether it's a set piece or not, it's going to put a fire underneath the TheSwissMonsters. But right now, beautiful demo at the back. That opens up the lane, and MaKi is putting the dagger on game number 2.
There's the communication between the strikers. Naish just tells MaKi, go, go, go. I've got the player at the back. Gets the demo. VG go 2-0 up. And TheSwissMonsters now are facing a situation where they're going to have to come back into this game and reverse sweep it if they want to keep their unbeaten streak in the season going. It's not impossible, but I got to tell you, Sakito, VisionGaming, they are presenting a front which we've not really seen so far this Ibex League, and I am loving every second of it.
Oh, I am too. VisionGaming have absolutely stepped up in this Week 4 match. They are playing with absolute fire. Got to get ourselves dropped in again one more time. Next game, game number 3 on your docket. This is the chance to really make a statement against the top 2 teams that are trying to prove themselves as the top dogs. We have Cloud Esports. You said Aether, I believe, is what you added at the end of their tag.
Yep.
They are sitting at number 1. Then you have the TheSwissMonsters, or if anybody you know the American movie featuring Michael Jordan, they are the TheSwissMonsters. These guys are absolute animals when it comes through that LCQ and making a point here. R6 Fighter to kick it off, and there you go. I said it was going to happen last game, and it happens to open up game number 3. We might see a different TSM.
And this is a little bit concerning now, because when Fighter starts to feel it, when he gets that momentum going, he can be devastating to play against. So a 3-second goal to kick off game number 3, not to mention the fact that the story so far has been you score first, you win the game in this series. Well, it might just be something for the TheSwissMonsters to hang on to. Now, would you expect VG to go quiet now? Absolutely not, and Naish proves that point. Taking out Fighter immediately, saying, you won't score past us again, pal. Picking this one up in his back line, though, is Fighter. Leaving it for MaKi over the top. Needs help. Juju sends it on its way, but seltt collects on target. Double commit coming through from the TheSwissMonsters. They're not content on defense, and VG have exploited that time and time again in this series.
Ooh, and I like the challenge from Juju right there. Does collect the boost consolation. That's a tough shot from the corner. Googie does miss that one out. Uh-oh, you gotta race back. And it's a player like Naish, but R6 Fighter flying through like a fighter jet to deny that opportunity. They lose possession in doing so on transition, but still, what an attack on the defense.
Well, there's a chance there for MaKi. Naish might be able to follow in. He needs a bump onto Fighter, and that's where you want Naish on the goal line, because he would have had that wherewithal to be able to make that play and get the bump. Unfortunately, MaKi just not quite that same ideal of player. He sees the shot going in, so I think he leaves it rather than thinks, how can I ensure that this is a goal for our side? So Naish gonna be denied of an opportunity there. Juju collects. MaKi lets Juju take the ball and then takes it from him. Googie will drop it down to Juju, who can't make contact. Googie at the angle, has 2 players facing him up, but MaKi, if he can find an opportunity, he does! In off the crossbar! The sniper from Vision Gaming finds his mark. It's all tied up.
Laser sights, deep breath, calm under pressure is what you need to make a shot like that. Upper 90, top cheddar, top bins, if you will, if I'm allowed to say. But Juju, off the kickoff here, is going to try to reset that offense for the Swiss Monsters. They need some help after that one because I'm telling you, Rhino, I felt that in the booth.
Yeah, that was with authority, wasn't it, from MaKi from downtown. Juju goes over the top, but he should have set up his teammate. Oh, no! That shot had all the pace of a dying snail from our 6 fighter, and so we're going to be able to pick this one up. The save made, and the clearance is in, but boost still in favor of TSM. Fighter gets the better of 150, not the second. Naish can't get up and face Googie, so now sellt is the one to bring it away. He's not working with any boost either, but the opponents don't know that. MaKi will collect off the left side, looking for another snipe from downtown. Needs a double, doesn't have the boost to find it. But VG look dangerous at every single opportunity they have to make a counter-attack to Quito. And that is enough to scare TSM into staying back a little bit more than maybe they would want to.
Oh, it's absolutely scary. Then MaKi immediately off the mid challenge forces the defense back into position. Juju can't get a touch. R6 fighter here trying their best. And I gotta say, you know, I'm using the full government name. We were told not to, but absolutely. We're going first, middle, and last for fighter, man. They've been really showing out game number 3 here. Can't get to it. And of course, I give them a compliment. They missed the ball, and that's what happens. I am so sorry, Swiss Monsters. I'm not really, because I'm here for Vision Gaming, but I am so sorry I cursed y'all in that moment.
Yeah, that's one of those where fighters should be hitting that ball 10 times out of 10, and Googie knows that as well, which is why he's backed away from the play. But sellt has banked on that ball being missed. He's taken a chance there. He's our 3rd man, and he has still pushed forwards in that moment thinking, they might not hit that ball, and then I'm going to be given a free opportunity. He takes it. We might have conceded immediately after, but no, fighter needs his sights resetting, recalibrated. They've not quite been on target just yet, other than that first goal of this game. Naish looking for help. He's got sellt over the top, needs a double. Googie's right there, but MaKi goes up, needs an opportunity off the crossbar. And we cannot extend the lead right now, but VG, they have warmed into game 3. They are looking good until Googie turns the tables off the crossbar. Juju forces his way through. It's over the bar again. Naish sends it away. Fighter at the angle. He can't find the finish. And VG survive.
That is got to hurt so bad if you are on TSM. Juju has a flip reset and uses it as a fake. Lets it go all the way to the ground, sees that he has the defender beat on the right-hand side, and goes, I guess I really didn't even need this. Puts it in the left open net. Now we're tied up yet again. Less than 60 seconds left. It is going to be ever so important if TSM want to continue playing the series to take this win.
Yeah, but we've been here before, haven't we? Game 2, ringing true. Seems like it's something that is in the wheelhouse of VG. Of course, they need to make sure we try to either get to that overtime or score before that 0 seconds. Fighter wants the opportunity to take it for TSM. Can't do so. The ball's sent clear over to that far side. Naish gonna leave it for sellt. Being called off. That's good communication between the multinational roster. MaKi on the right-hand side. Looking to get the better of Fighter. Doesn't quite. The 50 goes pretty much 50-50. Naish gets a bump, though. sellt on the right-hand side. Over the top of one. Really wanted a pinch into the middle. Isn't going to find it. MaKi to clean up. But this game looks like he's just going to peter out onto 0 seconds. And I might have just jinxed it. No, Naish controls beautifully. Tries to take it away. He might have an opportunity to get a bump here. But no, OT is calling for the sweep.
Man, they got to do it here, too. They did it in the second, or the first OT, looking to do it again in the second, but Fighter up early. Whoop. So is sellt, says absolutely not. No aerial plays here on my net. Juju just throws one willy-nilly towards the opposing team. Gives it up for free. MaKi collects on the boost, which is important again. There's nobody defending. Okay, Fighter was able to recover in time. That was, again, harrowing. This time, not for us, but for them.
Something I've got to just call out right here and now is seltt's decision-making seems absolutely perfect at any given moment. He knows when he's favorite to the ball. He knows when he's not. He knows when to push forwards and make the challenge. He knows when to sit back and let the opposition make that play. MaKi taking out Juju, opening the lane for Naish. There's another demo. Fighter's gone from the field. seltt tries to get around Juju. That time he does make a slight mistake, but it should be caught up with by VG. Naish bringing it through down the right-hand side. The demo will be relatively irrelevant.
Oh, no!
The fake comes through! And it's a 3-2 for VG. Just watch this again. The reset from Naish is perfect, but seltt coming through, making it look like he's going to make a play. There's no one there to save it anyway, Taquito. But it doesn't make a difference. Vision Gaming reminding everyone of just who the damn hell we are.
Absolutely. And I say, oh no, at the very end because not like that. That was disgusting, Naish. You had it all the way from the jump. You took off. You saw that you had one to beat down there in the bottom right. All they had to do was sell their hand and you knew it was done. 2 overtimes. Doesn't matter. 3 wins in a row. Vision Gaming shut down the Monstars.
And that's exactly what we wanted them to do. Not only did they beat an undefeated team, they did so in a sweep. MaKi predicted it pretty much in his pre-game interview. And he came through and delivered. But he's not the person we're going to speak to. If you stick around after this quick break, we are going to be talking to the main man. Naish will be joining us on the stream just after this. Vision Gaming make it look easy against the TheSwissMonsters, and we're here with one of the players who's one of the coolest men in the room. Naish, welcome, of course, to the stream. I mean, first question, how you feeling after that one?
Yeah, you know, not too bad. Not too bad. Easy sweep. Nicely done by the team.
Easy sweep. Oh boy. Oh boy. He's starting to fire.
I love it. I love it. Absolutely. Well, of course, as we mentioned, okay, it was a sweep. Going into this game, the TheSwissMonsters, of course, were undefeated. Did that play into your mental at all in preparation for this game?
Nah, not really, to be honest. Ever since the first loss, we kind of needed to lock in a bit, and we've shown that for the last 2 weeks. So.
Now, we got to move to the elephant in the room. So we had a beautiful pregame interview video that was played, and there was somebody in that pregame interview that they didn't exactly say anything directly to you, Naish, but they made a funny little clip of them putting on some sunglasses. They had your name written on a piece of paper. They rolled it up and they smoked it. That player would be the player by the name of Googie. What do you have to say for Googie trying to smoke that Naish back?
3-0 is what it is. He can't compete. It's all good. It's just one of them ones, isn't it? Like we're up here and he's down here. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
2 different levels in this game.
Oh, that one's gonna sting. That one's gonna sting.
I hear it and I love it. Of course, now with that victory, Vision Gaming and the TheSwissMonsters are on the same win-loss. Both of you 3-1 on the season, which is pretty much both of you going to be looking for the playoffs coming up at the end of the season. Is there anybody else in the league outside of TSM who you kind of look at as a scary team for Vision Gaming, someone you're mostly concerned about facing?
Not necessarily, I wouldn't say. I think any team is... We should beat them. I mean, we had a little hiccup, didn't we? But that should all be fine now. So anyone is free reign for us.
I like that. I like that a lot. So you had 2 teams above you so far, and I do think even with this win, the power ranking still leaves those 2 teams above you. So you took care of the TheSwissMonsters, who got here through the LCQ, or they got here through a qualifier, not an LCQ, but you know what I mean. They had to fight to get in here. You guys were invited. The other team you got to take down that's up there at the top is Cloud Esports Asia. Are you worried at all about that? You said no, but are you vying for that first place spot? You think you can finish out the rest of the league undefeated and take that number 1?
Yeah, I'd say. I don't even know who's on Cloud. Is that Mino, I think, right?
That is, yeah, Mino,
yes.
Flo, and
Yeah.
Dicta.
Yeah, I think we should be fine, I'll be honest. But, you never know, right? So you can never tell.
I love the confidence. I love the confidence, Naish. Well, look, we're going to wind this one down. But before we do, of course, as the victor, we've got to ask you if there's any shout-outs you want to make. We're going to leave you with the final word. What do you want to say to the rest of the league, to your opponents today, to your teammates? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, not really much to say. My teammates are incredible. VisionGaming are treating me well, so shout out to all of them.
Absolutely love it. Short and sweet. A very good winner. Well, we're going to shut this one down. Thank you so much, Naish, for joining us. Thank you very much to Keto as well for joining me on the cast. And of course, in the background, Kasalian, as always, doing a fantastic job on production. But week 4 is in the books. Week 5 is just around the corner in the Ibex Gaming League. You won't want to miss it, so make sure you're following everybody involved. VisionGaming CH on Twitch, especially myself, RhinoCast11, and of course a feisty Taquito as well. But for now, we're going to shut this one down. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you very, very soon for week 5 of the Ibex Gaming League. Take care. We'll see you there.